They're here, the detectives.
We've got a mystery to solve.
I wouldn't put it past her.
Everyone's a suspect right now.
He's in trouble.
There's something going on there.
When I found out June had invited me to investigate this mystery, I was actually in shock.
I couldn't believe it.
Took a couple of days, and then I thought, wow, I'm going to England.
I was actually a little teary-eyed.
To be immersed in this game and to experience it, it's a total dream come true.
First impressions of these, they are just mind-blowing. Like, it's just...
This is a perfect place for a murder mystery.
Introducing esteemed detectives.
I always wanted to have that immersive experience of the game and to play a detective.
Our next batch of detectives.
Look at you guys. It's a huge honor to be a detective for such a big and important mission.
It's a once in a lifetime.
As soon as we came in, game on.
We have a lot in store for you, but first, we want to take you back here.
We all went in for a nice meet and greet.
We met Sir Charles Rigwald.
Sir Charles in the tea room. That was interesting.
The lord of the manor, lord of the house, the incident that started there.
Esteemed detectives of the Athena Agency, my name is Sir Charles Rigwald, and it is my great pleasure to welcome you here today to Broughton Hall.
Mr. Fox had dropped a note in my lap at that moment.
You dropped something on your way in.
He gave us a note asking us to meet him in the billiard room. That was suspicious.
It was just a matter of just sizing everybody up and seeing what they're all about.
Please allow me a moment to introduce the staff. Mrs. Larkin, our housekeeper. Our butler, Mr. Jenkins. My faithful valet, Mr. Booth. Mr. Fox, the gameskeeper. Mr. Baker, our cook. Our maids, Miss Castellano and Miss Till. Moving away from the staff, my darling wife, Claudette, a Hollywood actress in a past life.
His wife, just sitting there like he's talking and she's annoyed.
Maybe the wife is the prime suspect.
She's certainly a gem. And finally, Miss Isabella Palmer, fortune teller and mystic. And as I am sure the agency has informed you, the reason you are here today. 20 years ago, Miss Palmer appeared on the steps of this very estate with a prediction for my father, the late Sir William Rigwald. She told him that it was his destiny to die before his 50th birthday. My father was a superstitious man, and this prediction, it ate at him. It drove him mad. The night before his 50th birthday, he threw himself from a high window. He died in the fall. 2 decades later, and Miss Palmer has reappeared, only this time she tells me that it is my turn to die. Whether Miss Palmer can truly tell the future, that I cannot say. However, what I can say for certain is that my life is in danger. 3 times now, I have escaped a brush with death. The first, a near miss with a falling flower pot. The second, a fall of my own, thankfully a more diminutive one. A disturbed carpet leading to a tumble down a marble staircase. And finally, electrocution. A loosened wire in a radio. Excuse me. That is why I have brought you here today. Not to solve a murder, but to prevent one. My life is in your capable hands.
He's had times that he's almost attempted murders and they haven't quite worked out.
You know, like 20 years ago, they supposedly jumping out the window. There's something going on there.
So we think the accident in the past and the potential accident now, they are connected.
Now, I wish you a speedy resolution to your investigation and an end to whatever darkness stalks Broughton Hall.
Out of nowhere, he's drinking this tea and then he falls to the ground.
He sipped his tea and fainted.
1 second.
Suspiciously, his valet booth has an antidote of some sort.
Like, what's he doing carrying around this vial of whatever this is?
It was very suspicious.
Relax, relax.
His footman or butler keeps saving him, so it can't be him.
First of all, the tea. He's the only one drinking the tea. Who made the tea?
Let's get into his room. It's gonna be all right.
At this moment, we can't trust anybody.
I have no idea at the moment.
Who knows?
There's a lot going on at the estate.
We did our homework, so we tried to figure out what questions we wanted to ask them.
To get some information, some clues.
We were split up. We all thought like the one group was going to have to outsmart the other group, but then the plan was that we all have to come together.
Each group found information about other people in the household.
Mr. Fox had dropped a note in my lap, and the note sort of said, meet us in the billiard room to find out more information.
Come in. Quiet. Mr. Fox told us some interesting things about Mr. Baker.
He's been here for 3 months. The last 3 weeks, we had 3 murder attempts, and he's been behaving very strange ever since.
He mentioned a key, too.
Went down to the kitchen, bring him some fresh game, and as we're talking, I noticed something. There's a key right next to the door. Us, the lower people here, we're not allowed to have keys. I say, Mr. Baker, what's up with this key? And he flips. He pushes me hard. He yells, don't touch this key.
Mr. Fox seems to be having a lot of animosity towards Mr. Baker.
Now, I know what you're going to say, detectives. You're going to say, let the man have some secrets, right? What's the harm that he could do? I was thinking the same. And then one night I followed him.
Apparently he saw Mr. Baker talking to a tall individual.
And Mr. Baker starts yelling. He says the numbers are wrong. He says the combination is not working. The lock won't open. You need to go down and talk to Mr. Baker. But don't be fooled. He might come over as a very friendly gentleman, but there's something he's hiding.
Mr. Fox might be trying to frame Mr. Baker.
I do think Mr. Fox is hiding something.
Yes, Mr. Fox is definitely hiding something.
Ah, there she is. We met Sir Charles' wife, Claudette.
Why, hello, detectives. How nice of you to drop by.
You're already drinking. Are you at all concerned about your husband's welfare right now?
It is what it is. What can I say?
You just seem so indifferent.
The lack of emotion bothered me.
What do you think happened with your career?
I think the question is more who happened to my career.
Oh.
I just stopped booking roles shortly after our wedding.
She is not available as a movie star because of her husband.
I think she's a little bit resentful.
It was supposed to be the start of real stardom. It was so wonderful. But now I am here.
How do you spend your days here?
Well, this keeps me going.
She's pretty much stuck in this gilded cage, and she's doing nothing about it but drink.
Do you love your husband?
Now that is a question.
What's stopping you from leaving us then?
There isn't a penny to my name. It's all in his. Where would I go? How would I even leave?
She's definitely unhappy. I'm not sure yet if Claudette, Sir Charles's wife, is trying to kill him.
Her motive is just simply to be free. She probably is at the top of my list. Sorry, this might be a little too upfront, but have you tried to kill your husband?
I'm not gonna make a secret of the fact that there is little love lost between my husband and I. But it is not I who have been trying to kill him.
I don't think it's just one person. I think there's two people that are involved.
She makes herself seem pretty clueless, but, you know, she's obviously hiding something as well. Is he close with his valet?
Mr. Booth is about the closest thing to a friend he has.
I have had enough of your excuses, Miss Castellano.
What now?
Clearly, this painting has been disturbed. You are dusting them wrong. You are on very thin ice.
Very thin ice, yes.
My lady, sincerest apologies.
You two are giving me a headache. I'm gonna go.
Look what you did.
We met Sophia, one of the maids.
Him and his paintings have been going on for days about that. Do you mind if I sit down?
She's lovely, but at the same time, she's very forthcoming with information.
She just talks way too much.
A bit of a gossip.
So I don't remember the words exactly, but she was just saying that she's trying to find some affection somewhere else, someone close to Charles. So, I mean, who else could it be? Sir Charles?
She has told us that there might be relations between the wife and the valet. So then we're like, okay. And then Sophia says to us, I have evidence. And we're like, okay, great.
You don't believe me? I have proof if you want.
Oh, let's see the proof.
I do have proof.
Okay.
You want to see it?
Yes.
Ooh, exciting. Okay, come with me.
And so we went to the main room and she has us find these little pieces of notes.
Look, there's one here, for instance. I can't take it anymore. Let's do it. Let's go through with the plan. There are a lot more of them usually hidden here. Try to find them. Oh, there's another one here.
I miss you. It is agony. Is he behind your silence?
Your silence is a knife. Just reply.
It's a one-sided love affair. There's this person who's very desperate to connect with the other.
Why don't you answer me? Why don't you answer me?
But then the other person only writes, let's go through with the plan. So Sophia's trying to convince us it's Booth and the wife.
I'm telling you, who else could it be?
But, you know, we can't always just take everything she says at face value.
We had to figure out who were leaving these notes.
Hopefully we get more answers speaking with his valet, Booth.
Mr. Booth? You wouldn't know anything about some notes that we just found in the entryway, do you?
I'm afraid I know nothing of these notes, but it does sound like something Miss Castellano would spin up in her free time.
She was pretty much convinced that they were from you.
Well, this is ridiculous.
What's the relationship like between Charles and his wife?
That is an interesting relationship. It has its ups and downs.
This might be personal, but do you have any romantic liaisons with anyone in the house or outside of the house, perhaps?
No, not currently.
How do you feel towards Claudette?
Yes, Lady Rigwald is, well, she's a lady. By every stretch of the imagination, she's charming and she's talented.
When we asked him about Sir Charles' wife, he was like, oh.
Suspicion right there. Your face lights up when you talk about her.
It might put Mr. Booth on top of my suspect list.
We spoke to Miss Isabella Palmer.
Miss Isabella Palmer, the fortune teller.
Isabella has been around for both of these mysterious events going on.
Something was a bit fishy about her. Then we spoke to Mary Till, the maid.
Welcome. I saw that you have talked with Isabella Palmer right now, is that correct?
Yeah, we have. For me, she was a bit suspicious.
I think we would like to ask you, what do you think about Miss Palmer?
That is the reason why I brought you to the library in the first place. When I was a child, I was very enchanted by what she could bring to the table. But then I grew up and I stopped believing in fairy tales. Her return here now is suspicious. And I had hoped that you could look into the matter a bit further.
It's interesting as we sit and listen as a team that we like shoot glances at each other like, did you hear that?
In my childhood, I spent a lot of time with Sir William Rigwald, and one of those places was his office. That is the place that Sir Charles prohibits me from going into. Maybe there could be something in there that could point us in a direction. While I'm not allowed to go in there, Sir Charles hired you to investigate.
So we went there, and in there is a journal.
That was really exciting.
The journal of Sir William, the father of Sir Charles.
What can we get from that journal?
March 1912. The tarot readings I will continue. They have always proved interesting, sometimes wholly unexpected. I need to make sure I am in control of the story. There must not be a scandal. Consult a lawyer or a priest. He's in trouble.
Isabella would enjoy being in my confidence, but I don't trust her enough. Looking back through these journals, though, she has been spookily accurate on occasion. We have a doll house in the billiard room. Tabitha had a doll made for it. She put it away somewhere and I never saw it again. But it was there today. So this doll appeared after throwing it away, it just came back.
He was really scared, very paranoid.
I must not let it faze me or I will lose my mind. I burnt it. I threw it in the fire and burnt it. It is done.
He was talking about how it smelled like death in the house.
Everywhere I turned, the acrid stench of sulfur like 1,000 matches striking, or the hound of the hell himself.
Hearing screams.
These screaming noises from the kitchen. And with the screaming from the kitchen, a haunted, horrible keening. What is it? Gubbins said it might be the pipes, but it doesn't sound like pipes to me. It sounds like death.
And that doll, how's it possible? It returned again.
Oh.
My current top of a suspect list is, it's really hard to say.
The last 3 weeks, we had 3 murder attempts.
She's talented.
It is what it is. What can I say?
Everyone's a suspect right now.
We are going to interview more people and maybe find the potential murderer.
I am slowly sifting through in my mind all the different mysteries that are coming to light.
We're finding out there's contradictory stories.
I'm afraid I know nothing of these notes.
You don't believe me? I have proof if you want.
I'm thinking there might be someone flying under the radar right now that might actually be the one.
So it says here on the diary, he's hearing this constant screaming of death.
The journal said that Sir William Rigwald always hear someone screaming at night.
All the paranoia, he's smelling sulfur and hearing these screaming noises from the kitchen.
So we're looking for something that's been hidden in here for a long time.
We go to the kitchen and we found the clue in there.
Let's have a look. Oh.
Did you find something? Oh, wow.
Sulfur. This is what William was hearing.
There was like a metal whistle.
When you blow it, it will sound like someone screaming.
It made the most horrible scream in the world.
But who would be blowing on that to make that noise to freak him out so much?
Maybe Mrs. Isabella Palmer.
Isabella has been there for all of this. Maybe she knows his secret and she's trying to drive him over the edge, literally.
I think it's time we talk to Isabella.
Yep.
So let's take a look at this. This is the only one we have from William.
Yes.
Mr. Fox
There's a key.
led us to Mr. Baker's room, and we found a box in there. In the box, we found some interesting letters.
Before I met you, I was drowning in grief and sorrow. I had been years without laughter and without a smile. From that very first day, you brought the sunshine with you.
Oh.
My little flower, my lily. We ended up finding all these letters from Sir William to his Lily, talking about the love that they have for each other.
We found out that she had a child with Sir Charles's father, Sir William.
After much thought and deliberation, I have decided to do the right thing. I have changed my will so that you and my children get the recognition you all deserve as part of my family.
I think there's some connection going on with Sir William's death.
Okay, this is my theory. Oh, I'm such a geek for this stuff. We've got Sir William. He's met this other young lady who's, I think it's a code name, Lily. Did Charles kind of find out about this? William didn't jump out the window, maybe out of anger. He was thrown out the window so he could inherit the estate, keep all of the money. This is how my mind works, okay? It's not going to get any clearer than this.
Remember all the letters we have sent between us? They hold the secret to our love and to your future should anything happen to me.
At the last letter, it said there is a code here in these letters.
Look down now to find the place where you will be safe, your William.
Yeah.
There's a safe somewhere.
And then there's
safe.
a
So we need to find the safe.
So where was
I'm not sure what it is, but I think when we open that safe, there's going to be some more information.
Look down now, okay.
Look down now. No, L, B, Library. We gotta go to the library. Oh my God!
How do you find out?
Oh my
Show
God!
me.
It's like the first letters of each sentence.
So I think the safe is in the library.
I can bring you there.
Can we go to
Yeah.
the library?
Yeah, of course I can bring you there.
Sophia,
Oh, so
you've
excited.
been very good.
If we are able to, we are going to try to get into her room.
As a team, we've worked really well together. We are sharing information with other teams. We're finding out there's contradictory stories.
That's a very good point. So I think we'll look into that a little bit deeper.
Each of us, just our input and intuition and instinct and figuring out what's going on. So we'll see if we're right.
Oh, that's right.
It's creepy.
Oh, that's the dollhouse.
What about this?
Oh, where'd you find
Guys,
it?
Where did you? Here? Oh. A key for what?
Let's go hunting. Not there, not there.
There must be somewhere else.
It's exciting, scrounging around trying to find it.
Okay, so where's the doll?
Where's the doll?
Do you think the other detectives are trying to throw us off?
I dare them. But you never know.
Is there something there?
Hello.
Hello.
Sir Charles would like to invite you to join him for tea in the green drawing room.
Thank you.
Thank you. We should hurry.
Oh, there's a keyhole.
Oh.
It's guaranteed, right? Wait, lift the whole
Okay, the
thing.
whole thing.
Lift
Let's
the whole
bring
thing.
it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, baby.
We got dolls. Oh,
All right.
So many
Well done, we got another clue.
Bring it in.
Yes, we are the best.
We think we have a pretty good idea who it is and the motive.
Good afternoon, detectives.
We had time with Sir Charles.
I would love to hear what you've learned so far.
Something's off here.
Well, we've met Isabella.
Isabella. Ah. Yes, she is quite a character. I would say you should be wary of her. She's a performer. She likes the attention. She's almost as bad as my Claudette in that way.
Unbelievable.
It comes from being an actress, spending her life chasing the spotlight and then not knowing what to do with it when she gets it.
I was speechless.
Just kind of took note of that.
He's condescending, verbally abusive.
What appreciation do I get? Absolutely nothing. Just wandering eyes and a guzzling mouth.
I'd push him out the window. No. Disclaimer, that's joking. Is it though?
I've had enough of you. Just be quiet for a while. I'm sorry, detective.
I almost lost my mind.
Oh. After that, we met the butler of the house, Mr. Jenkins.
You'll find that things in the manor are not as they should be. In order to confirm my suspicions, I have taken these mechanical photographs in order to see if things are indeed being moved or perhaps taken.
He brought us to solve a puzzle.
We know who could have taken it.
Yeah.
There isn't a penny to my name.
If you'll be so kind to follow me, perhaps some of the missing items in the first photograph are in the second.
It's definitely a bunch of candles here. Could be that.
Right, very strange.
Candles.
We needed to solve a puzzle with a candle set.
What if we put them in order of height? So if we put tall ones at the end, short ones at the top?
This means something.
Oh, so they need to just all be the same height.
Oh,
Yes,
that's pretty.
there you go.
Is this gonna be like a code? Like when they're in the correct place, we get a code?
Right.
Is it under here?
Hey, here we go. Woohoo! 4 numbers.
This bag has a lock on it.
So we have to figure that out, the sequence.
Can we pull that back?
And there are 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Those 4 in the middle.
So 6 or 9. 3, 4, 6.
Let's try that one. 9, 3, 4, 6.
9, 3, 4, 6.
Yes!
No, we got it.
When we opened it, we found some evidence. Someone was stealing something from the house.
Receipts?
So someone's been pilfering the artifacts?
Yeah, he sold the clock.
What is this? Where's his note?
Listen carefully.
Right.
Is it something with this, maybe?
Yes.
Jeez, okay.
The music. Can you turn the dial?
There we go. Click. What was that? 1, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
4. So it's gonna spell a word.
Here, let's decode it.
Oh God.
So
Okay.
let's do the first one. What's the one?
A. Number one is
1. A. Okay, so 1, 4.
4 T.
4 5s, 4 5 U.
U.
Document.
Document, yeah.
And 1 5.
1 E.
E.
Destroy.
3 1.
3 L.
Deleted. Delivered. V. Yep, delivered. Documents delivered.
Okay.
Who would deliver documents?
Who would do it?
Yes, detectives, I must say it wasn't a complete displeasure to be around you.
Thank you, chickens.
We meet again, Miss Palmer.
We spoke to Miss Isabella Palmer.
She asked whether anybody would like to have their reading done.
So, who wants to join me first?
I wasn't going to do it, but then when she opened the cards, it struck a chord.
In the future, I see the Hermit. Could look like a bad card, but actually means that you have done a very good spiritual journey, and now you have your own light to see where you're going.
It threw me off my game a little bit.
You're very emotional right now.
This is a gimmick, I'm sure of it, but it's not possible that you get that and that right. There's like 5 people in the whole world who knows about that.
Excuse me. I am so sorry to interrupt.
Mr. Booth.
I have limited amount of time away from Sir Charles. Would you mind terribly if I cut in?
Oh, if you don't
It
mind.
would mean the world.
Please.
Thank you so much.
I see you are a little bit in distress, so it's a safe space.
You can stay, but please, anything that's said here, keep between us.
Please, put your hands on the deck. Thank you, Mr. Booth.
She's trying so hard to make Mr. Booth believe on her fortune-telling reading.
That's a very interesting and powerful combination. The Wheel of Fortune is spinning and can go in any direction.
I just don't believe Mrs. Isabella Palmer.
There might be somebody in your life that is preventing you to reach your happiness.
Well, there is one person in particular who could ruin everything.
I can tell that the cards are in your favors because this Wheel of Fortune can bring you to realization of your dreams. If you have anything that you want to try to do to change your destiny, I think you can do it.
This is exactly what I wanted to hear. Thank you so
I'm
much.
very happy.
I think I know what I need to do.
Thank you so much, Mr. Booth, and I hope to see you soon. And
Thank you all for your time.
thank you. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Booth. Thank you.
Isabella insisted something for Mr. Booth.
Thank you for coming.
I kind of
And,
suspicious of her.
Thank you, Dario.
Isabella, she is currently at the top of the list.
Good morning. Good morning.
So we already had ideas of what might be happening and where things might be going.
We came to the conclusion that Claudette and Mr. Booth are romantically involved.
So we asked fortune teller if she knows something about that. Have you sensed any romantic relationship in this house? Anybody?
I think there are some things going on. I know. I have the feeling that Mr. Booth is anguishing for love.
With perhaps the lady of the house?
Oh, this I cannot tell. But something is going on with him. I don't know if I'm at ease to give you this information, but might be important. A few days ago, I saw him walk into the green room with a toolbox and a case instrument, looked like a violin, and he locked himself in.
Mr. Booth, I think he's a decent guy overall, but that's also suspicious.
The other team found some secret notes about the secret love affair with Sir William all these years ago with Lily.
My little flower, my lily.
Were you aware that Sir William's had perhaps a secret love affair?
I don't feel very comfortable to talk about it, but when I came, he was really in distress. He was depressed and really desperate for the loss of his wife. And I had the feeling that suddenly he found joy again.
The fortune teller was working for Sir William, and for a long time she was like gaslighting Sir William.
I knew that Sir William needed some comforting, some help, and so I came and was giving him readings and bringing...
I don't trust her.
Maybe she was in charge of his death.
I mean, I've been around for a long time. First time I came here, Mrs. Larkin was already here. Then she had to leave because her sister passed away in childbirth, and so she came back with her niece, little Mary Till.
Mrs. Till.
Okay.
I was very surprised.
How did Charles react when Mary arrived?
Charles had a very difficult childhood, and I think he got a little bit bitter.
I'm like, okay, she's up in the air too as far as questioning.
He might have been a bit jealous that his father was spending time with a child when he didn't spend that happy time with him.
I think that there's more to her story, but I haven't gone to talk to her yet.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Please enter.
We spoke to Mary Till.
I wanted to ask you how your investigation into Miss Palmer has been going so far.
Well, we've uncovered a few details about her.
We found Sir William's journal, wherein he describes his escalating paranoia of things that are unusual, unnatural that were happening around him. And he was penning these down alongside the readings from Miss Palmer. The paranoia was not self-induced. It was something driven by somebody within the estate.
Oh.
What convinced us was that he had burnt this doll that had appeared, and he had destroyed it. Then it appeared again, and he burnt it. It appeared again, and he burnt it again. Yesterday, during our investigations, we came across a whole set. So it was not in his imagination. It certainly was a sabotage by somebody within the estate.
It's worrying. So someone was playing with Sir William's paranoia.
Unfortunately, we have to have Isabella Palmer as one of our prime suspects.
Between the readings and then this planted evidence that we found, all that seems to go together that was encouraging him to think it was all in his mind.
Well, I tried to do some additional investigation yesterday myself to help you. And I have gone into her room to see if I could find something there. I did indeed find something. It was a box, a very large one. I wasn't able to open it because it requires a key, and I don't know where it could be.
Mary,
Oh,
you're here. You missed breakfast this morning. Hi, Detective. Sorry, I didn't intrude.
Mr. Baker, wonderful that you're here. Maybe you can help us. We're looking for a key to something in Miss Palmer's room. Can you think where she would be able to hide a key?
Well, you've seen her around. She's always a chain of hers. She once forgot it in the kitchen for a minute or two. I had a chance to look at it closer, and I'm quite sure you can unscrew that thing open.
Top.
But she never leaves that cane behind.
It's very rare.
She hasn't met the Athena Detective Agency yet. If it's in that cane, we shall find it.
If you get the key, I can show you where the room is. The only way that I could think of trying to take it away is if she would be sleeping. Lady Claudette had trouble sleeping as of lately, and she has sleeping powders with her at all times. So maybe you find a chance to distract her in some shape or form?
We'll give Miss Palmer a small nap.
Exactly.
Yep.
Sounds like a plan, no?
Yes.
Let's see.
Shall we?
Lady Claudette.
Ah, detectives! How nice of you to drop in again.
We went into the room where Claudette was on a couch, very tipsy.
What shall I say?
Did you see that?
How are you feeling, Mrs. Claudette?
I am splendid, so splendid. Thank you.
We had a task to get to the purse, get the sleeping powder that was there. Claudette said something, and now I was like, I can't quite hear you.
I'm a little hard of hearing. Can I?
Oh, come closer, dear.
And she somehow did it.
Let's not dwell on my husband, shall we? Let's go move on to more pleasant topics.
She got to the purse, stole the powder.
Did you see my other movie, Charleston Charade? It was a wonderful movie. I learned to dance for it. Do you know the Charleston?
No, really.
Let's see. You simply have to learn. Come on, I have to teach you. Come on, everybody.
We've danced the Charleston dance with her.
Unreal.
Yes, very nice. Use your arms. You can add a little bit of a kick. Yes.
Be careful.
Yes, I love it. I am feeling.
I'd like to take your seat.
Thank you. Thank you, darling.
And then she passed out on the couch. She was very tipsy.
Let's do it. There's a safe somewhere.
So it must be somewhere here. We need to find the safe.
We headed over to the library and we found a safe. There we go.
We found a safe. We got to find the code to crack the safe.
I remember that when I just started here, Miss Larkin yelled at me quite a lot because I was dusting this mantelpiece. And I was wondering why. And then I remember that I saw that behind this clock, it's written Lily. Isn't that a weird coincidence?
Who's the man in the picture?
Oh, that's the late Sir William.
Oh, there's a latch here too.
There's a latch. So many latches.
Oh, here they are.
Oh, what's? Oh,
Sophia,
wow.
you're a genius.
The letters.
Stay away, Lily. I would not put you or your child in danger, William.
In danger of what?
At the last letter, it said there is a code here in these letters to the combination of a safe.
Here then we have the instructions from Sir William on how to kind of connect the numbers and.
There's something about Titanic sinking, and there was something in here about Titanic.
We know the date, yeah. 1912.
12, yeah.
There's a number on it.
49, yes.
49.
When we put those letters together, that actually gave us the code.
Yeah, this is the one.
Titanic, maybe that's the safe combination.
Yeah, that's the safe combination.
140412. I would say that was our choice of the combination.
Yeah. Should we go back to the library and try them?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Mr. Larkins.
Oh, you've got lilies.
Oh, I suppose I do. My goodness. People are here. Sophia is here.
She's working hard. Can I ask you, did you know someone called Lily? We noticed the clock on the wall.
I suppose we could have this conversation, but perhaps somewhere a little bit more private, if you'll follow me. You were looking at a particular clock?
Yes.
On the mantelpiece? Yes. So there was a Lily who lived at the estate, and I did know about her.
Oh. Yeah, I don't trust her.
Who was Lily?
Lily was actually another maid. She was a very dear friend, actually.
What happened to Lily?
Well, sad to say, she died of tuberculosis not long after Sir William.
They met, they had a daughter, she died, but I actually think it's the housekeeper's sister.
Lily was such a dear friend of mine. She was so young and she was so innocent and happy. When her relationship with William began, I'd never seen Sir William so happy.
Can you tell us about the baby?
Yes, she confided to me that they were going to have a baby. She was placed with a family, actually in the same town, Athwold-on-the-Grange. She's been growing up there. But she was going to be well taken care of, which was a stroke of luck because my sister had her own issues not long after that.
So your niece married Till?
Yes.
How old is she?
She's 27.
27.
If Lily had stayed at the estate or had been able to bring her baby back, they could have grown up together.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for not being completely honest with you. The laws say things about marriage and matrimony and all of that, and the differences between class and that sort of thing, but what Lily and William had, it was special, and I didn't want it to be twisted into something it wasn't. That's why I put the lilies up on the mantelpiece in honor of both of them.
Yeah, Abigail Larkin right now, I don't really have her as a suspect.
Would you happen to know anything about a safe? A safe in the library?
There's a safe in the library.
So this is a secret safe from William?
From his letters, yes.
Indeed. Do you think then that whatever's in the safe might have been intended for Lily or their daughter?
Yeah.
Mr. Larkin, so I have a question as well. Do you confirm that these are the handwriting of William and Lily?
Oh. Gosh. Yes, I recognize Lily's handwriting for certain. Do you have more of these?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you mind if I have a look at them?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
It's been so long since I heard from Lily. It's just...
Detectives.
Hello.
I just ran into Sophia. She told me that you found letters. She told me that you have a code, numbers, something.
Indeed. It looks like something for the... There's a safe in the library? Did you know about that?
If Sophia knows, and she tells secrets, it's only going to be minutes until she tells Mr. Baker. I need to distract Mr. Baker. I'm going to go to the kitchen, distract him for a while. You do the safe.
Quite right.
Talk to you later.
I knew it. Nothing about his past has made sense to me. And now he's trying to get into William's safe. Is that Mr. Fox?
Is it?
He said he was going to the kitchen. That's very odd.
Detectives, we should check it out.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
So.
I get to be part of the mystery.
We're very close to getting to the bottom of this mystery.
We're still trying to figure it out.
We're just trying to piece all the clues together. We had to use a key to get to Miss Palmer's cane.
Detectives? I have brought you the cane.
Oh.
Fantastic. Let me make some space.
Trying to get a secret little key.
Try to pull it open. Yeah. There it is. We need to head up to the box immediately before she awakens.
If you would be so kind to follow me.
That we had to solve the octopuzzle in her room.
This is it.
It's a puzzle.
It's great that we've come into a room and as a team, we've worked really well together.
It's open.
Oh, great. Each of us, just our input and intuition and instinct.
This must be here, 9.
Good job.
Another piece.
Okay.
There is a code here.
2190.
2190. Yeah. We solved it.
You ready?
So Lily is writing Madame Palmer. Let this be our contract then. Give me a tool by which to seek justice for my family and vengeance for my murdered love, which is William. So Lily's in cahoots with Madame Palmer.
Yeah.
There are 3 months till his 50th birthday. Let us make them the living hell that he made his fathers. So she's accusing Charles of killing his father.
Lily is trying to kill Charles.
Oh my God.
What did you find?
Mary is William's daughter.
She's got goosebumps.
We found out that Mary Till was Sir William's daughter.
I could not believe it. Mr. Fox, he's saying one thing, and Isabella Palmer is saying something completely different.
We were stealthily following Mr. Fox out into the garden.
Let's go. What is he doing? He has a notebook.
He's writing, yeah. He's putting a note in the ground behind a rock.
Seems that he's moving away.
He's going.
Let's quietly go.
He put it down here somewhere.
There's something underneath.
Is there a rock?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, we found it.
Letters.
Letters.
A lot of letters.
Wallet. Is this Baker?
Yeah, that is him.
Gustavo Manuel da Silva Fernandes.
He's military. Yeah.
Yeah, military. He ex-military, yes. Yeah.
But look, this is Mr. Fox, look. Major Karl Heinrich.
They served
Maybe.
together?
They were both great war veterans. Mr. Baker and Mr. Fox were both in cahoots.
Look here, listen to this. We need to keep up the act so they don't suspect we are working together.
He was here longer. He was 10 years.
Oh, another level. Another level.
Mr. Fox is at the top of my suspect list.
Here we go.
There we are.
We had come up with our 3-digit number to open the safe.
412. I would say that was our combination.
To the other side.
Oh!
What?
Oh!
We got the safe!
We did it!
Good job, detective. What do we have there? Oh, we have jewels in there.
Detective!
Oh, no.
Mr. Baker? Mr. Fox?
Please step away from the safe.
Detectives, we have to thank you. Everything went according to plan. You see, we had to have someone here who does the day shift while I do the night shift, trying to get this vault open.
Mr. Baker and Mr. Fox thought they could try to use us.
They were using us to find these letters, to find the numbers of the safe. So they were watching us while we were watching them.
We're going to take this, and this is going to allow us a new start. Oh, yes, yes. Look at this. Look at all of it. We will be at the harbor tomorrow, and next week you'll be in New York.
But what about Lily's daughter?
William is gone, and so is his child.
William's child is still around. Surely she needs it more.
Wait, is she alive?
Yes. She could really use what's in that safe, and William left it to her.
We said never from children.
We're not stealing from children. We're stealing from William, who's long gone. With this money, we will be lords ourselves.
Mr. Baker had second thoughts, and he said, look, this is not right, you know, we shouldn't do this.
I love the people here. Well, Charles, no one likes that man. Mary, Abigail, look out that window and tell me there's nothing you love out in those green fields.
I do care about it.
They actually did love living here.
Are you tired of running by now?
It's over. We're out of the trench. We're in no man's land. We can't go back.
Maybe we can. Can we cut a deal?
What sort of deal?
Can we return this?
If you put it back, we're just gonna ignore that this ever happened.
We only have to return it.
Mr. Fox gave in and said, no, we're going to give back the jewels.
We ended up making a deal with them that we will forgive what they've done as long as nobody gets hurt, and we put everything back into the safe.
We believed that, you know, it was good to give them a second chance.
So when everything went back in, we were able to actually look properly as to what was in there in the first place.
Well, let's check what we found. Let's check this jewelry.
Bonds. False wall, maybe.
Yes.
Check the back.
Yeah, this seems to be a bit...
Oh, there you go.
Oh! There was a secret compartment in the safe, and we found the will.
Last will and testament.
To my common law wife, Abigail Larkin, also known as Lily. What? Lily?
Abigail. What?
It turned out that Abigail,
Miss Larkin was actually Lily.
I was shocked.
It was just like, what? Like, why am I...
Oh, I'm so sorry I lied to you. It's just the relationship between a servant and a lord of the manor, it just wasn't done. Mary is my daughter, and she only thinks of me as her aunt. I was really trying to protect Mary's reputation.
Yeah, I bequeath all the jewellery that once belonged to my mother to my daughter, Mary Till. All my stocks and shares to be bequeathed to my son, Charles Rigwald, to further his business interests. I appoint Abigail Larkin as the guardian of my daughter, Mary Till, until she reaches the age of the majority. I bequeath Broughton Hall with all outbuildings and entire estate consisting of 30,000 acres to Charles Rigwald, my common-law wife, Abigail Larkin, also known as Lily, and my daughter, Mary Till. So this is to be shared among all of you.
I knew he wouldn't have abandoned us.
The will that belonged to William was actually changed and set up to include Mary Till, who is his daughter, Abigail Larkin, and Charles. So the whole estate and a lot of the belongings were meant to be split between the three of them.
You can put everything that you have found on this table here.
We spoke to Miss Isabella Palmer.
What? No, non è possibile. How did you get this?
She could not believe it.
I guess it's best for you to have a seat, Madam Palmer.
You have to believe me. If I've done harm to someone, has always been against people that had done something bad. The only shade in my conscience is Sir William. That was not supposed to go down like that.
Miss Palmer and Sir Charles were trying to drive Sir William crazy.
You don't feel you have blood on your hands?
I know that has been the worst thing I've ever done in my life. But Charles had something on me, and I didn't have any other choice. Please. You know, I'm not a really bad person. I'm a small fry. You want to get the real bad one, and that is Charles. I propose a bargain. If you grant me my freedom, I will bring you hard stone proof that will incriminate Charles. Without it, you have just hearsay.
What weight does the evidence carry?
It's really a written confession. I know that you don't trust me anymore, but I promise that I will come back and I'll bring you this piece of evidence. It's up to you.
I think that's a good offer.
We've seen how bad Charles is.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we have to get the real villain here.
I'm not proud of trying to drive William crazy, but that was what was supposed to happen. Something else happened, and I have proof. And you want that proof. You have to believe me. You don't want that man to be free.
Madam Palmer, we would like for this piece of evidence to turn up. You are free to go and get it.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'll be back as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Your trust is not misplaced this time, I promise you.
My thanks goes out to you, dear detectives. I only had a hunch when she arrived back at the estate, but you have proven that my hunch was actually correct. I will leave you to discuss your further actions. I thank you again very much.
Thank you.
I hope we've made the right decision.
We investigated the workshop.
Oh, did you do it? I lifted it up. Boom.
In Mr. Booth's violin case.
We discovered a map. Oh, it's a map. To the garden outside.
We followed the map out into this forest, and in the tree there was this thing that almost looked like a branch.
Good job, Kim.
Oh my!
Oh,
they're stealing paintings.
Hotel reservations.
They have visas, cash.
Yes.
Need visas.
It's a checklist.
It had a checklist with visas and needing money.
Tickets for a ship. They had changed their identities.
Ship tickets. They're gonna leave. The visas. They're planning to run away, and they're selling the paintings for money.
Claudette and Mr. Booth were going to run away together.
Wait a minute. This says that they're about to leave very soon. This is right now. Or
Really?
let's go.
Let's go.
We gotta go.
Oh my gosh. We caught them as they were about to leave the house.
Claudette.
Oh! Where are you going?
I can explain. I'm so sorry.
Sunflower.
Oh! You too?
Detectives. I can explain everything.
Love, I think we can no longer lie to them. We must tell them the truth. We could no longer deny what was in our hearts. I know what you must think of a woman like me who betrays her husband, but Charles, he would have never agreed to a divorce.
Mr. Booth and her loved each other.
I had to find a way to create enough money so that we could escape. This is Lady Rigwald's chance at freedom and our chance at love.
Explain to us, how much they love each other and how much of a monster Sir Charles is.
He is capable of anything. He knew about the affair. He found out. That is what led me to break things off. Because when he found out, he came to me and he said, if I didn't end it, he would push you out of the window, just like he did his poor father, William.
Right.
Oh,
he did it. Right, he did it.
Yeah. We just found another truth in the case.
My love.
I could not let him do this to you. I'm sorry, I had to protect you.
But were you behind the attempted murders?
No.
Absolutely not. We don't care what happens to him, as long as she's free and we're together.
They weren't trying to kill Sir Charles. They just wanted to be together.
Please look past the petty crimes. We had to do what we had to do.
Detectives?
Our fate is in your hands. Please, will you give us the documents and let us go? Or will you arrest poor Paul?
Let's think about this.
We're contemplating, maybe we shouldn't let them go only because there was a crime committed.
So you want to just let them go? Be happy? Take all this money from all these heirlooms from the estate?
Sir Charles had already stolen her money from when she was an actress. Two wrongs don't make a right, but at this point, lives are at stake.
If you can find it in our hearts to forgive us for love.
We had already been feeling that Claudette needed to get out of here and escape.
If they are not allowed to run away with the stuff that they have acquired, they might not even make it.
Let them go on and live their lives. Because Charles clearly doesn't love her.
I think you have to follow your heart.
You will let us flee.
We asked ourselves,
what would June do? What would June do?
What would June do? You guys may go.
Thank you so much, detectives. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're finally gonna be free.
What's going on here? Claudette, get away from him.
Sir Charles, I need
Quiet you. I don't need to hear from a petty thief.
I'm finally free of you. I'm going away.
Don't be
and you will never see
stupid.
me
The
again.
hell you are. You're coming with me.
Let's go.
Go, hurry. Fine. Go. You won't get far. You've got nothing. You are nothing. And you, detectives.
Yes.
I asked you here to protect me, to protect my belongings, and you've allowed my wife to abscond with a criminal.
Who was protecting your father? Who was protecting your father when you decided
You have frittered your time away on torrid affairs, and all the while there is a killer on the loose.
You're the killer!
Your damn job!
You're the killer!
He's probably trying to plan his escape right now because we know the truth.
Okay, I think we need to meet with the other detectives. And
Yes. Right now.
Right now.
Charles is pathetic.
He's not just a monster towards his wife. He is also a killer.
He's the one who pushed his father out the window.
But we still had a case to solve with the rest of the detectives.
We need to see what else the others have uncovered.
Trying to nail down who exactly is trying to kill Sir Charles. We're gonna shut this down. So that's gonna be the end of it.
So we all got together with everybody else.
Find a seat, please, anywhere you like.
coming into the room and having a seat, it was very quiet. All right, detectives, this is your chance to share what you found and determine who exactly is trying to kill Sir Charles Rigwald. What do you got for us?
We all got to talk about what piece of the mystery we solved because there were so many things going on at the same time.
We realized that there's two people trying to run away together. And of course, it could be no other than Claudette and Mr. Booth.
Charles had found out, and the bombshell, I suppose, is that he threatened to kill Mr. Booth like he killed his father.
Mr. Baker and Mr. Fox were trying to rob the estate.
There were things that came to light that were not in the light until it was discussed among all of us as a group.
He wasn't going crazy. Miss Palmer was just playing into that completely with her readings.
So William was seeing this lady, Lily, who turned out to be Abigail Larkin, and their child they had together was Mary Till.
There you go.
But who is trying to kill Charles? We still don't know.
Right. As we were summarizing that, a phone call came in.
The phone rang? You know, he was like, was it 30 or so?
Yeah, he was like 30.
Yes.
Hello? Who's calling?
Oh, it was June.
Oh, it's June Parker. Would you like to speak with a detective?
She spoke to one person from each group.
Catching up with all of the decisions we had made and why.
We had a brief meeting with young Mary.
I think we all learned from you, June.
And then at the very end, she had to ask,
what were our conclusions?
We all had to come together in that last moment to figure out, okay, we solved our mysteries, but what is the big mystery?
Who's trying to kill Charles?
So she's asking me, who's our prime suspect?
There were different theories.
We know that Charles killed his father for inheritance.
We know it's not Mr. Fox or Mr. Baker because they were on their own little side heist. Booth and Claudette, they had left, so we knew it wasn't them. And then it kind of narrowed everybody down.
I would think it's Mrs. Larkin.
I was just thinking maybe Mrs. Larkin.
What was in the will?
Everything was left to Charles, Mrs. Larkin, and Mary Till.
So the two of them would have more.
For Mrs. Palmer's side of things, she didn't mention like anyone brought her here or worked with her or anything.
Did you remember that there is a letter?
Yes.
Between Lily and Isabella?
Eliza mentioned one letter.
They kept talking about revenge on Charles.
Give me a tool by which to seek justice for my family and vengeance for my murdered love.
So Abigail and Mrs. Palmer were working together is what this proves, is that right?
It's gotta be Mrs. Larkin then, right?
Yeah. There must be Mrs. Larkin.
She wants to protect Mary.
Everything connected together and we were able to tell June that that was the culprit in this case.
Okay, so we have our prime suspect. Her name is Abigail Larkin.
I think there's only one more thing to do. We gotta talk to Abigail and we gotta talk to Charles.
Yes.
Uh-oh, here we go.
All together here. Oh no.
So, we had some careful deliberations between all the detectives from Athena Agency. And together, we did come to the conclusion that the person plotting to murder you, Sir Charles, is none other than Abigail Larkin.
What?
But to really explain it, we must start from the beginning.
Years before his death, William fell in love with a woman called Lily, aka Miss Larkins. We also found out during our investigation that Mary is actually the daughter of William and Abigail.
The poor girl is like, are you kidding me? You're my auntie, but now you're my mom?
William also wrote a second will, adding in Mary and Abigail. Also, Sir Charles, Isabella and you have worked together to drive your father insane. We found incriminating evidence for this.
Nonsense.
Charles didn't want to wait for his inheritance, and he didn't want to share it with his half-sister. You knew William was a superstitious man, and you abused his relationship with Isabella Palmer in order to drive him insane. He offered Isabella a portion of his inheritance to send him to the asylum, but when that didn't work, you resorted to murder. You threw him out a window and made it look like a suicide.
What proof do you have that I threw my dear father out of a window? Hearsay from a washed-up actress and a charlatan.
How about a written confession as a proof?
Where did you get this?
20 years ago, on the night you pushed William from the window, we had an argument. We were supposed to drive your father insane and send him off to an asylum. But you became sloppy. So much so, you even detail all your crimes in your precious journal. You tossed it in the fireplace, but you dashed out of the room without even checking if it burned down. And I, of course, took the chance to retrieve it.
Snake. I never should have trusted you.
And you shouldn't have pushed William out of a window, but here we are!
Oh, and then you just thought that you would loop in the housekeeper.
Actually, she mailed the blackmail letter to you. But I thought it so odd that Isabel would contact you after all these years, so I intercepted it, read it, and learned the truth. After the Great Depression, Isabella was broke and needed more money. It didn't take long to track her down and learn the rest of the story. Personally, I intended to kill you for everything that you've done and planned to do to my daughter, Mary. But thanks to these detectives being much more competent than you gave them credit for, I'll be happy with her prison sentence, knowing you're getting one too.
So it's true that you are my mother?
I wanted to tell you, I did, but my relationship with William, it was complicated, and after William died, I didn't know how much I could trust Charles. You are legally entitled to at least part of the
No, I am not giving up this place. Damn you!
Sorry, Mary.
Curse you all, Athena Agency!
Done!
With Charles, that's done. You know, there's no mercy, there's no grace for him. He had to go.
Please remove him from the room.
All right, Mr. Fox, can you help?
Damn it all.
Well, that's one murderer down, but we're not done here yet. Mrs. Larkin, I'm going to leave this up to the detective. She was a mother trying to save her daughter from a horrible situation and provide a future that she never could for her. But she resorted to the lowest of crimes. She attempted to kill Charles over and over again. What should we do with her?
We, at the end, had to decide what we were going to do with her.
Let it go.
Let it go.
I was gonna let it go. I was like, let her go. He's not a nice person anyway.
I don't know. She should go to jail, honestly. Attempted murder is attempted murder.
And maybe they'll be lenient.
She could have just turned Charles in. She didn't have to resort to trying to kill him.
She couldn't turn in Charles. Like, who's going to believe her? And who may say that Charles might not hurt someone else?
I'm willing to accept whatever verdict is handed down. I know what I did. And while I don't regret it, I understand that it was wrong.
She did it 4 times.
Yeah. I'm gonna do this. If I mess up the first time, I'm gonna try this again. It's like, you can't let that go. It's not like stealing a painting, okay? No.
It's not a petty crime, it's a big crime.
If we didn't catch her today, she would have tried again and again and again.
There has to be some kind of punishment.
Yeah, agree.
It's a fair assessment, I would say. Everybody in agreement?
Yes, I guess.
As a group, we all decided to arrest Mrs. Larkin.
I'm so sorry, Mary.
I think everybody had a bit of a tear.
Sorry.
Please, Detective Dario.
Even though June likes to follow her heart, I think June would also think that Mrs. Larkin needs to stand before a court and let the court decide her fate.
Okay, fine, arrest her then. Like, I guess murder is... it's not ideal.
Sorry, Mary.
I knew what I was sacrificing and it was worth it. Please forgive me, and I hope you keep writing.
Of course.
Give me.
It was a wise decision, detectives.
Justice has been served, and that's a case closed. Congratulations. You know, Charles was having his birthday party tonight. We might as well take advantage of it. He's not going to be there. We're not If you can gather things, we'll head out to Utopia.
There's a party waiting.
It was just an absolutely wonderful experience.
Mind-blowing.
Charles Rigwald!
My name is Rob Proctor, and I am the UI UX lead at Wooga.
The actors and actresses were all Wooga stuff, and I was not expecting. I was speechless.
My name is Lilith, and I'm a senior writer at June's Journey.
My name is Drew. I'm a writer at Wooga.
My name is Ali Devant. I'm a game designer on June's Journey.
Unreal.
Thank you very much, guys.